Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're going to go from common 1 to 100, hopefully, using the quick battle. No, I'm just joking. We're going to go and see how tough these guys are. Now, last time I tried this, I wasn't actually able to beat Nightmare. And the reason that I wasn't able to beat Nightmare is because I didn't have any of the seasonal stuff active. So I didn't have any of my Hope Tree active, as you can see, currently at level 35, now that the season has been unlocked. Plus, we can also start to use artifacts as well. So I've got my top 4 artifacts right here. I think these are probably the best bet for my Mystifiers team. I'm going to switch you around, and then we're going to take out... no, we're not. Because I just unlocked Dullahan at 7 stars, so I was just wondering whether or not I could fit him in, but I don't think it's feasible. So what we're going to do, because we are running Mystifiers, we are going to take you out, and so we're going to take out the previous, so the Lantern and the Hand of Tyr, and instead we're going to run the Bubbling Cauldron, or Cursed Cauldron, whatever it's called, and also Knight's Edge as well. Fortunately, I've been able to get that up to 2 stars, so it is a bit better. Plus, as well, we do have 40% dodge. I don't think that 40% dodge is going to matter altogether too much, so we'll go ahead and see. We'll watch this first one. I don't think it's going to be too much of a match, yeah. Yeah. To be fair, we could have done that quicker had I not included the other artifacts in there. So, let's go ahead and I think what we'll do is we're going to auto-battle. And auto-battling just saves me from having to flick back and forth and to press as many buttons, obviously. And I think it's going to take quite some time in order to get there. So I think what we'll do is we'll stop at certain stages and I'll just show off. So I have released a video previously on how to beat Solomon. Solomon is stage 35, and of Abyss onwards he's stage 35 and 85. It's just very tough. You just need a very specific unit or a specific set of units in order to beat Solomon. Very, very strong. I think he is probably the toughest boss outside of the actual bosses, so 25, 50, 75, and 100. I think he is the toughest out of those level 5 boss, or every 5 levels or so bosses. Very much so. I think so anyway. Again, we'll just have to see. So at the moment, we are just blitzing through. I don't expect too much resistance, to be honest, especially in common. Common difficulty, it wasn't hard when I didn't have the seasonal stuff active, but now that I've got the seasonal stuff active, it's going to be even easier. So it looks like on this one, common at 8, yeah. I think I can do it actually faster. So we'll confirm here, 7 stages, jump in, and I think I can do it faster, but we'll see. Yeah, we're already moving faster. Minotaur, however, and it gives me a bit more control. So Minotaur, we have got Solomon, and I did pick up a copy of Minotaur himself to avoid that damage. The defense increase. But again, we're just blitzing through at the moment with with Gaia and Lancelot on the team, as well as Astrid. I mean, Astrid doesn't do altogether too much right now, so we probably could pop Dullahan on the team. So I think I will, just because I can. We'll pop him on the team because he does increase our corrode stack limit by 5, which will give us more stacks in the beginning, especially if we do get to a point where the cauldron or the relics start to kick off. That's when it's going to be much better, I think, it'll be much more useful. Dullahan, do not sleep on Dullahan. He is a very, very strong unit. Emily, you don't really need to worry about Emily altogether too much. I think she applies the minus 50% HP, so as long as you've got strong teams, you should be okay. But we'll see. Now, something that I wanted to discuss, and I might as well use this as the opportunity, is Tsukiyomi. So by the time that you see this, the 7-star Tsukiyomi review should be out. I can confirm I did get copy number 3, so we did get her up to 8 stars, and that video will be releasing tomorrow morning. So if you're not subscribed already, please do, and then you'll be able to pick up the pick up the content when it comes out, so you'll be ahead of the game with regards to all of the new units and all that. But Tsukiyomi just seems mid. Now, I've had conversations with Azu. A lot of you might know Azu from the Discord, if you're on the Discord. If you haven't jumped on the Discord already, what are you doing? Go jump on the Discord. You know why? Because all of the tactics that I talk about, everything that I know, well, almost everything that I know, is all outlined in the Discord on the guides section. So if you're having trouble in any area, if you want to do proper resource control when you first start, or even after, say a month, 2 months, 3 months, I still think it's really important to jump on the Discord and have a look at what these creators have popped on. Now, we didn't really need to watch that. I think that would have been over round 1, as is the case with the majority of these matches anyway. But all of the resources that I produce can be found also on the Discord. Loads and loads of information. There is a wealth of information on there. And if you don't want to read, or you can't read, and you just want to listen to my dulcet tones, absolutely fine. I might start to make some guides, or start reading the guides out. Let me know down below if that's something that you'd be interested in, because there's only so much content that I can make. I mean, at the moment, I'm doing common difficulty in Rift Odyssey. So, yeah, not too many people, I shouldn't suspect, not too many people need guides on this. And if you do, you're probably playing the game wrong, and that actually you need to go jump on the Discord and get your shit together. Pardon my French, but you do. If you're failing at common, I mean, I got through it and I was level 50. Thereabouts, or level 45, something like that, between those two levels. Yeah, it is what it is. But if you can't win, then jump on the Discord, find out what you're doing wrong. Yeah, but Tsukiyomi, as I was saying before I got distracted by all of that stuff, Tsukiyomi is, I hate to say it, is mid. I wouldn't summon for Tsukiyomi if I were you. And if you already have, then hopefully you've got a strong Ethereal's team. But even then, I just don't think that she's. I don't think she's worth it. I think that there are better options to choose from on that Ethereal's team if you're trying to build an Ethereal's team, particularly Elisha, Eudora, of course, Eudora. Oh, we got a hit in there. So Elisha, Eudora, Karnak, even Karnak, man, he's just a staple in that team, and he's the only thing keeping that team going. Besides Eudora and now Elisha. But I mean, even Katrina does what Tsukiyomi wants to do, but better. The only redeeming quality that I've found in Tsukiyomi is the increased crit damage. The double crit damage is okay. It's all right, but it's not going to be super relevant in PvP. It's not going to be super relevant in stages like this, getting you that far. The only thing that I think it might you might benefit from is that increased, or the double crit damage. And again, it's not even super impactful, because you need to have do the crit damage in order for it to trigger. So again, for me, she sounds like a good unit. I think the way to make her better, or the way to improve on her would be to have all allies. When an ally triggers a crit, they get that shield. Or when an ally triggers a crit, the entire team gets shield equal to the damage done. Something like that. Or equal to her attack. Something like that. Because at the end of the day, she gets one attack per round. So she will get one attack, one basic attack, and if she doesn't crit, you don't get any shield. The next turn, you get one attack, so on and so forth. So you're only going to get 50 instances of shield. Now, when she does a crit, she also applies crit to herself. I think that video should already be out, the 7-star one. When she does a crit, she applies shield to herself based on the crit damage, I believe, or something along those lines. Let me go ahead and check. So hold on. Let's jump into ethereals and let's go with. Oh, sorry, I don't have her on here. What a doofus! What a doofus! I don't have her on this account. But I'm not going to summon for her on this account. Absolutely no way. But again, you just. It's like one instance of crit, and then she gets one instance of shield per round. Like Katrina, when an ally does a crit, the entire team gets shield equal to Katrina's attack. Like, sure, Katrina has less attack than Tsukiyomi. Oh, not Tsukiyomi. Than Amaterasu, but Amaterasu just. Maybe I've been saying Tsukiyomi this entire time. If I have, my apologies. I have a sneaking suspicion I have. But my point still stands, is that she's not as good. I think, personally, that Katrina's abilities are better. Like, the stat line for Katrina is worse. Hands down, the stat line for Katrina is much, much worse. Because she's a DD unit. She's an old DD unit at that. So she's got low speed. She's not got great. She's got okay attack. It does the job, but she's defensively, she's not great. She does rely heavily on that shield, and she got pushed out of the meta when Seraphina, when people found out about Seraphina's runes. Now, I've been through Seraphina's runes before. If you have 30 or more buffs, then that unit will ignore shields, and that's Tsukiyomi's whole thing. Now, even with all of the buffs that I popped on her, even with all of the attack increases, stuff like that, the shielding that she provides is still not as powerful as Katrina's, and the reason for that is because it's based on her attack, and as well, it's only once per round, whereas Katrina, if Eudora hits five times or 10 times, however many times it is, and she crits on all of them, then you get all of that shield anyway. Like, there's a unit that still that exists within the current meta, or the current pantheon of units, that does a better job at what she's trying to do. You know, Katrina, speak of her, and she will appear. But the point is, I wouldn't invest in her. If I were you, I think if you pull her, absolutely fantastic. You know, if you get her on the off chance, or you get her from like Oracle summons or whatever, I would suggest there are better units to spend your Oracle tokens on, specifically in the shop. Anyway, there are better units, so I wouldn't wait around for her, and I wouldn't save you coins for her, because for me, she's just mid. Like, with units that have come out previously, Aphrodite, Gaia, Dahlia, Elisha, those units there, probably top 4, I would say, in the game. Depends on what you're playing. So if you're playing PvP, then Aphrodite's best. If you're playing, of course, it's always the way. Excuse me. There we go. Now we're plugged in. But again, it depends on what you're playing. So Aphrodite, I think, is the best PvP unit in the game, and I think that it's probably a mix-up. I would suggest Dahlia is still the best PvE unit in the game, but even then, Elisha she can take the cake, as long as you're getting the crits in. Preferably, you have a Eudora, a copy of Eudora, with her red runes or half red runes. If you don't have that, it is what it is. Eudora is coming out in the next Oath, or should be anyway, coming out in the next Oath. If you haven't got a copy of her and you've got a copy of Elisha, and you've picked up a copy of Amaterasu, then go ahead and spoil yourself. But this is the one. I think we've lost this one. Oh no, we didn't, because we killed him right off the bat. Yeah, it is what it is. So we're gonna keep blitzing through. I don't suspect any resistance, and I think what we'll do is we'll watch 100. We'll see it all the way through to the start of round 1. we'll see it all the way through to the start of round 1, and then that's where we'll call it that. But I think what I might do hard on this account. I might do nightmare on this account and try and push for abyss on this account, and then I'll do hell on my other account and see if I can't get into apex difficulty. So I did manage to clear about 4 or 5 stages of apex last season. Didn't put them on camera because I was just random attempting, and I was mixing and matching some different teams, but Apex is doable as long as you have holy shields, and that's what I found anyway. This entire event, so the entirety of Rift Odyssey, is based on having holy shields at the start. If you don't have holy shields at the start, i.e. deviant synergy, then you aren't going to get very far. Sorry to say, but you just aren't going to get very far with this event. Or at least you're not going to get into sort of hell territory. You might be able to beat Nightmare, but hell is a whole other bag. I need both teams in hell to be as strong as each other. So again, there are I would say potentially if you are struggling with a particular stage, try changing your runes out. So try changing your runes out to all dodge runes, because once you change your runes out to all dodge runes, that's when you get the holy shield at start of battle, which means you don't die straight off the bat. You nerf the corrode damage done by certain units at the start, i.e. Mistfires, any Mistfires teams, and you nerf the reflect damage as well. So this team, for example, we've got 2 reflectors, Ayushta and Sylvan, and we also have Franz and Minotaur to apply corrode damage to you. Now, for me, it's just a lot easier if you do have those holy shields at the start of battle. So if you do have holy shields at the start of battle, you are going to avoid that initial first hit that the reflect damage does, and it gives you time to build up. There we go. So it gives you time to build up, and it also gives you time to power through their holy shield as well, because it gives you time to activate your relics. A lot of the time against reflect. So as you can see, I've got holy shields on Gaia at the moment. The reason that I've got holy shields on Gaia is because I've got her full dodge runes, just to give her that additional survivability. It's been really, really handy. And we didn't kill him straight off the bat. It's probably the damage reduction. Very, very strong. But I do suspect that I do suspect that he's going down. We've not actually hit him properly yet. So we'll see. And how many corrode stacks? We got 12. That's not bad. And then every time we apply a corrode stack to these guys, they gain that buff. Dahlia will copy the buffs and copy Atrop's buffs as well. We also have this build right here. This is the build that I've gone for, same as my other account. So if you think that I'll have changed because it's a lower account, nope. Still the same tactic all the way through. And then Dullahan to do what he needs to, apply all of that corrode, apply all that attack down, and as well. No, Gaia can't finish it, so Dahlia will. Or maybe she won't. Huh. Maybe she won't. It's Lancelot that's going to end things here. Or the corrode damage, technically. But, yeah. I think that's it. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. Cool. So thanks very much for listening to me rant about Amaterasu for the past 10 minutes. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day.